Hey everyone, Presale here, your second favorite Uniswap ape. So in today's video, I'm going to be covering a project that's coming up that in my opinion, I'm very excited about. And from the brief read-through I've had of it, I'm extremely impressed. And I mean, you'll see the white paper, it's one of the best I've ever seen. Just briefly, it's built on Solana, which I think that alone is super bullish. They say private sales over, but they're going to have two public sales, which will be coming up. So definitely stay tuned for that. One will be in April and one in July. So obviously it's still super early. July is actually going to be the launch likely. I do think Star Atlas will get one of the top launch pads. I mean, just from what I've seen, I'd be really surprised if they don't. So definitely join in early, see what you can do to increase your chances of getting whitelisted. Obviously, the goal should be, add value somehow, and they'll whitelist you. So there's still quite some information that hasn't come out yet that Star Atlas said will be coming out in the next few weeks. But I think the project is just too pro and I was too excited to cover it. So I decided to make the video anyways. Obviously, I want to try to do them as early as possible. So in terms of the Telegram, I think it's really going to blow up. 2,000 people currently online. It's decently active. Let's have a look quickly at how the game style is. And you can see here the type of style they have. I think it's a really cool style. I personally really like this. It's going to be obviously based in space, where you can travel around in spaceships. There's going to be NFTs. The currency will actually be tied to real life currency. So you can make gains in the game and cash it out to, real currency. And I think that's really pro, because can you imagine, for example, playing GTA, but you have to actually be economic about your spending, because it will be actually real money. And if you make a lot, you can cash that out. I mean, I think that's such a pro idea. So let's have a look at about Star Atlas. So as they say, it's a virtual gaming metaverse emerging from the confluence of the state-of-the-art blockchain, real-time graphics, multiplayer video game, and decentralized financial technologies. So they say they're going to use Unreal Engine 5. I'm sure many of you know that. It's very pro graphics, so that's already very impressive. As I said, it allows for cinematic quality video game visuals. Blockchain technology using Solana protocol established a largely serverless and secured gameplay experience. And they're going to have NFTs obtained and traded within Star Atlas, creates an economy that replicates the tangibility of real-world assets and ownership. So already just based on that, it's very impressive. And as you can see, Star Atlas also partnered with Serum. The efforts will include DeFi, lending, AMM, yield farming, and so on. Another pro thing to note, the round led by Serum and Moon Whale Ventures, which, as you know, they really invest in top tier projects. And even bigger, FTX and Alameda Research are core ecosystem advisors. So that just tells you, very likely it'll be listed on FTX, which is very pro. I mean, that's already enough incentive to invest in this. So if we have a look through their website, which I think also very pro website. So far, I just really love this project. So what they're going to have in terms of their game, it's a game of space exploration, territorial conquest, political domination, and more. So players would be able to join a faction and directly influence the course of the metaverse. And they're going to have two tokens. We'll get into it later. But one of them is like a governance token, where you make decisions not only for the project on the blockchain, but also decisions in the game. So they're going to have deep space exploration, faction security zones, station modular construction, different professions in the game, economics. As they say, players can extract in-game virtual earnings into real-world income with complete support for decentralized player-driven economy. Then combat, crew and ship component outfitting. You can pay with their token to upgrade your ship and use your pro turrets and weapons. And then decentralized autonomous corporations. This is related to the DAO, as I said, where you manage the economy, not only in-game, but on the blockchain too. So they're going to have the two tokens. They're going to have Atlas tokens, which is the in-game currency used to buy ships, crew, land, and equipment. And it's the marketplace currency of the game. Then you get the Polis tokens, which is a governance token. And as I said, it will apply in-game and in real-world economic policy. And they're going to have a universal marketplace as well, which connects all players and is a hub for buying and selling assets. And players can also post listings for paid in-game tasks. Then, as I said, it's going to be on the Solana blockchain and with Serum partnership. So now let's get to the white paper, which I think is one of the most pro white papers I've seen. And we're just going to go through a few pages I thought were of most interest. The first one was page 5, which shows the blockchain mechanics of the project and the core game mechanics. So just to go through a few things, they're going to have mining revenue based on territory control. So I think that introduces a very innovative way of looking at mining, making it actually really fun, like a game. Built on Solana blockchain, NFT marketplace for direct peer-to-peer exchange of assets, governance model, and high risk, high reward style with player assets at stake. Then in terms of the game mechanics, grand strategy, space exploration, land and territory control, as well as vehicle and fleet control. They're going to have player versus environment missions. So you're going to verse also NPCs, but then you have player versus player combat as well. And they're also going to have VR, which sounds really fun. Then on page 19, just more information on the DAO that they're going to have. Obviously, it's going to be for both, and they say the Polis token will serve a pivotal role in these cities, permitting the owners of political clout to impose taxes, fees, fines, rules, and laws on those outside the DAC, which is a decentralized autonomous corporation. Then what I really like, which we went through briefly, is as they say here, Star Atlas provides a unique opportunity for players to extract in-game virtual earnings into real-world outcome. And they want to encourage monetization of time spent in this virtual world and emphasize the ability for this monetization to transcend the metaverse into the real world. And they say this is the model of future gaming. And I do think this is something that's super interesting. I would love to play a game where the gains you actually make in the game that you work so hard to achieve that in the end mean nothing, for them to actually mean something and turn into real world gains. I think that's such a nice idea. Then, as we said, Atlas will be the in-game currency where players will initially leverage Atlas to acquire digital assets, such as the ships, crews, components. And they say, like in any economy, they need a financial system in the game to facilitate commerce. And that's going to be through NPC merchants or direct peer-to-peer transactions. And Atlas will be the token that will facilitate all of this, basically. Then what I also really like is regarding the Atlas issuance. They say a fraction of the game currency will be available through the various stages of the sales. But unlike many projects in crypto, the development team retains zero stake in the undistributed token supply. So no team tokens at all, which I really like. As you can see here, this gives a graph of what they were all before: mining stations, and trade, PvE missions, and resource gathering. So I assume they're going to play the game a lot and make many gains since they know how it works. But then you can see here the amount that's distributed per year, which is inflation, of course, but they have also a lot of models of deflation to counteract that. Then what's also really cool is they're going to have asset destruction and deflationary mechanics. So if a ship is destroyed, as they say, that NFT of that ship will be burnt, but a fraction of it will be given to the victor of that battle with that ship. And they get the salvaged NFT, even though it's going to only be worth a fraction of what the destroyed NFT is. Then what I also like is they're going to have a Star Atlas token burn, where a percentage of their revenues are going to go to repurchasing and burning the token, which will increase the value and obviously will offset the inflation. As I say, it will be 7.5% of their standard revenue and then 25% of their in-game revenue. This is for the first 2 years, first 5 years, 10% thereafter, and 5% for year 3 to 4, and then 2.5%, which I think is really good. I mean, obviously buying back the token and burning it will pump the price. Then lastly, I wanted to go through this slide that they have, which is a comparison to other similar games. The biggest one being EVE Online, of course, which has like 30,000 players daily. So to compare, the different standards is blockchain, mining, exploration, combat, claim staking, marketplace, organizations, which Star Atlas has everything. And as you can see, the others mostly don't have even half of these offerings. And EVE Online also only has 3 or 4. So obviously Star Atlas is much more pro than EVE Online, and I think if it gains the traction of even half of EVE Online, you're going to see massive gains. So overall, this is one of my favorite upcoming projects, I must say. I think it's got huge potential, obviously backed by Alameda Research and FTX. So almost guaranteed FTX listing. Maybe they're even going to have sale on FTX. We'll see. Who knows, maybe even Binance will hop on since it's such a pro idea. So I have to give this one a Chos Pro. I just really like this one so much. I think it's going to do really well. Let's see what the girls on Tinder think about Star Atlas. So as you can see for this video, I'm in Lisbon in Portugal. Let's see what they have to say about Star Atlas. So Louise, you can see it's a picture of a guy, just in case you're wondering, but she photoshopped her face on it. A bit weird, but just letting you guys know. I said, should I invest in a big crypto game? It will be set in the universe and it's called Star Atlas. She said, don't invest in games. That's retarded considering the state of all the most recent big releases. If you want to go crypto, go with Ethereum, as it's anticipated to outgrow Bitcoin, while Bitcoin had hit a level of expense for most people. And I said, thanks for the insight. You think Ethereum will have pro gains? She said, I think so, but nothing is without risk. And I said, agreed. I'll risk it, thank you. Then Stephanie, I said, can we name our baby Star Atlas? She said, what? I said, do you like that name? She said, why Atlas? I said, it's Star Atlas. She said, the star part I liked, but I didn't get the Atlas part. So I said, okay, she's 50-50, bullish, half bearish. So it makes sense. She said, what? I said, yes. Then Alexandra said, would you play a massive multiplayer online game set in the universe? It's so pro. It's built on crypto and you earn money playing it. She said, oh boy. So she's obviously shocked. She's starstruck. I said, is that a state of shock you're in at how pro it is? She said, trying to decide if that's a good or bad opening. And I said, so what's your verdict? Pro or no? No reply, so I guess no. Larry, I said, what sounds better? Ethereum, Polkadot, Solana, Cardano? She said, Portuguese. I said, that's not one of the options. Which one sounds coolest? And also got ghosted there, not pro. Inacia, I said, can we name our baby Star Atlas? She said, where are you from? I said, depends. In Star Atlas, I'm from Alpha Centauri. And you? She said, Lesbo. I said, oh, nice. We're quite some light years away. I'll visit you with my space shuttle that I'll buy with Star Atlas tokens. Then Naz, I said, would you play a game called Star Atlas? You even get paid to play it, lol. She said, what's that about and why would they pay me? I said, I'm glad you asked. It's an online metaverse. Players can join factions and change the course of the metaverse. You earn real world income just by playing the game. How pro? She didn't think it's pro because she didn't reply. Then Marina said, what sounds better, Ethereum, Polkadot, Solana, or Cardano? She said, Polkadot is a little more familiar, so I'll go with that. I said, I see you on the Polkadot bandwagon. And she sent a Polkadot GIF. So obviously, she's more into the Polkadot ones, but I still think Solana, Star Atlas is built on Solana. I think it'll do pro. So that wraps up my Tinder review and my review on Star Atlas. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. As usual, leave a like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.